Thank you very much. Now I'm going to talk about another ancient classical instrument of the Xhosa speaking people. This is an indigenous traditional workshop of African music. And my name is Dizu, and the name of the instrument is called Umrhubhe. The style I was playing, that is the style of the San people, which is the very first inhabitants people of this country. When you look at the instrument, it's a bow and arrow. But now, when they finish hunting, the very technique way of playing that I demonstrated, that's how the San people are playing the instrument. Now I'm going to show you the Xhosa speaking people how they play this instrument. Making is the same way of wadi, but now playing is different because now I'm not striking like the San people. We are going to bow like a violin because the stick, it goes in between the wood and the string. There, what I do now, this is how I'll be playing. Now, if I'm playing the instrument here, there's no amplification whatsoever. So my mouth works as a resonator. So if I put here, it also resonates. But it's better when you put it in your mouth. You've got to tune the stick all the time before you start playing because the sound changes. Why this stick doesn't? It was playing now. Let me take another stick. Ha. That's Umrhubhe at its best, man. The name Umrhubhe is what we get when we play the instrument. The sound, and then we call the instrument Umrhubhe. And this stick is also a medicine, it's not just a stick. Say, for instance, if one of your family passed away and you need to wash, You cut a piece, this, you mix it with water, you wash it. You are taking the death away from the house. It's only that now we are so westernized in such a way that there's more death, in our community, because all these things now that our fathers left for us, nobody's practicing it. So this is also a stick where we touch our roundabout houses. We use the very same stick. This piece of wood, when we are looking for this piece of wood, you find it along the road, and we call the name Umbangandlela. There's lots of snakes. You have to go during winter time to cut. Summer, telling you, if you survive, better pray 5 times a day. So this is Umrhubhe. Now I'm going to show you how to make this instrument, Umrhubhe. Let's look at these 2 pieces of wood. This is a black wattle, this is Umbangandlela. Now, to make this soft, you dip in the water for about 3 to 4 weeks. You leave it. Then the water, obviously, is going to penetrate and go inside. And it's going to be a little bit softer. Then you can bend. Yes? But now, this is too big. I've got to scrape this with a knife and make it a little smaller to be the same size as this one. Thereafter, when I dip it in the water, it's easy for me to just bend it like this. You can't bend it now because it's too thick and you can't. The other ancient way that I saw in Namibia from the Sand people, they make a fire, they put this stick next to the fire. When the fire comes to this, it will be very warm. Then they will just bend it, which is one of the best things that I've ever learned from the Sand people, especially how to bend this piece of wood. Even they don't care how thick is the piece of wood, but it's only that this is too big for Umrhubhe. Now, I'll do the same thing as Uadi. I've got to have the circle, and I've got to have also the groove, bottom and top, so that my string can be able to fit in that groove and there. And then here, I'm going to make that circle so that the string is attached here and there, same as here. So, this is what I'll be doing now. Okay, that one is done. Done. Now I'm making those grooves so that my wire would just go easily on those grooves. But this Umrhubhe, it won't have a tuning peg for now, because I must make a peg that is going to suit this piece of wood. Now I'm looking for a piece of string. Must check the wire. Which wire can I use for this one? Too many wires. Okay. This one will do. let me try and use the wave. Oh, just hope it will be the same size. Top scale. This one fit. It looks small. It looks small, and this is a perfect wire for this. It looks small. Okay, this one. Now I'm going to use the wood that I flattened it, but this one I still have to make waves so that it will sound much better than this one now. And this string was very, very, very strong, but now once I start flattening it, it becomes weaker because it's no more round now. It's more like square. Now, here's my string. Always I start from the bottom. Never start from the top. Start from the thicker part, which is the bottom. So this is what I use. Same as when I was doing the umrhubhe. It's the same. It's only that umrhubhe does not have a calabash. So your mouth work as a calabash to resonate the sound. Ha. Now, here is it now. This one I need to bend it again, but how do I bend this one now? Because I can't bend this stand still, I've got to come down. So I've got to take off my shoe and then bend like that. Not too much because the stick can easily break. So now, if you're not satisfied, it's because I didn't bend it enough. What to do again, because you cannot bend standing. You know, it's only that I'm an expert, you know, but I'll do it. But usually you sit down, you know. You can see where I bend it. I don't go there where it's already bent. I'll go here, yes. It's only that the floor is slippery. So now, it's done. So on this one I was only playing like the sand people, but you can go also. But this one is gonna go deep because the floor is slippery. I need to sit down and just pull it. And now I'm not gonna put a peg on this one, but when I get home, I'm just gonna open up here and then I'm gonna put a peg, and then this wire is gonna be joined there, and then I can pull it. So, mkhobe, it needs to be very, very smooth, because this part of the stick, especially the top part, goes to your mouth. So it must be smooth, well sand, because the problem is it can scratch you and make a lot of marks in your lips, and I don't want people to get that. So once it's smooth, you can, you can do whatever. So this is umrhubhe. And there are different types of umrhubhe, and there are different ways of playing umrhubhe. Pondo people, they don't play like the Xhosa speaking people, like putting the umrhubhe like this. They more like that. That's how they play, the Pondo people. The sound is the same, but in terms of playing, it's totally different. You find most of them, they cannot play like the Xhosas, like playing like that, As much as the Xhosas cannot play like the Pondos like that. And also the songs. There are lots of songs that people composed. And also what I like about this instrument, any song that you know or you like, you can transpose it to this instrument. But how? There's only one string, so your mouth has to work like a heavy resonance, whereby you can produce all different sounds and different tones, harmonics and overtones. Now, I want to show you the sand bow. This is the sand bow. This is a close-up bow. You can see the difference. It's not much a bend, this one, because it's the instrument also that they put in the mouth and they start hitting and playing it. As I've said before, that Xhosas, they bow like a violin. And this instrument is been around as long as the Xhosa speaking people have lived. I cannot tell you the year, but it's more than 3,500 years, this instrument. Because in the olden days, we were not using a string, we were using a gut. So the gut sound is so much warm and it's very soft. So it's an instrument that was played either in the valleys, rondavels, while people are walking, because in the Eastern Cape, in the rural areas, you don't find too many cars. So you can walk while playing the instrument. Apart from the instrument that is an instrument that you play, is also a transporter. Because when you are going to other village, you will be walking, playing the instrument so that you don't feel, the distance. You can walk for 2 kilometers there and back, playing the same instrument. That's how people were taught how to play this instrument. Also, before you even touch the instrument, you've got to learn how to produce the sound of the umrhubhe. So, this is what you do. You take your finger, you put it across. One part of your mouth must be closed properly. One part slightly open, especially in the corner, so that you inhale and exhale the wind. Before you play umrhubhe, that's what you must do. Because the problem, you take this instrument and you start playing, you don't have any technique whatsoever, and the technique is from your finger. Because expect, they inhale and exhale the whistle. You listen to the whistle. When I was doing the whistle plays the part of the melody of the song. Now, when you look at the instrument, it's not only that you've got to play the instrument only by bowing. You can also strike the stick on the string. And then, but the main important thing with the instrument, how to play the instrument. If I have to do a distance education, how can I teach the people to play this instrument? That is why when we were young, the very first thing that we were taught was to exhale and inhale the wind. And if you look at the shape of my mouth, it's also the same kind of shape when I put the instrument. But now, first, before you touch the instrument, your finger. So you need to also to be very fit, because it also helps your lungs, especially for smokers. You know, this is very good instrument. Umrhubhe and the wind instrument, because it helps to make your lungs more stronger. Now, if anyone wants to play the Umrhubhe, the very first thing is not to touch or starting to play the instrument. You do the exercises of breathe in and out. Because once you breathe in, because sometimes now if I blow and make a whistle, you can't do that maybe for 2-3 minutes, you know, unless maybe you are running, you can do that. But stand still doing that, you can't. And what else can I tell you about Umrhubhe? Well, also the Umrhubhe, you can accompany it, always accompanied by voice or by throat singing. Throat singing is very difficult, because now when you do a throat singing playing Umrhubhe, it's very, very difficult. Expect they do that. Like my aunts, me, I cannot do what they are doing, especially.
Yeah, let's stop there for a second. Just so you know, we've got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Okay.
Sharp.
Okay, so I'll count you. Okay, wait, I just need to get you there. And starting.
Only thing that I didn't tell you about the instrument, who plays this instrument? This instrument also does not belong to men. This instrument belongs to the women, especially the young ladies. And there is an initiation of women, which we call it Intonjani, where women are gonna be taught how to play this instrument, so that when they grow up, they know how to take care of their family. They will make the house warm because of the instrument. So that is why the instrument is so important. But what's funny, this instrument, you cannot put inside the house. If you are staying in a Rodavel house, you just have to put it outside. You just have to put it like that. And your stick, you cannot put it inside. And I cannot tell you the reason why we are doing that, because that's our secret. You know, each and every, you know, we all have our own secret, and this one I cannot tell you unless, Andrew, I can't tell you, I'm very sorry. So, but at least, you know a lot about the instrument now. Because the main important thing, how to play the instrument, how to maintain the instrument, and also. Because each and every time when we are not playing the instrument, take all the sticks and you take all your balls, just put it in the sun. The sun is going to dry them and dry them. By the time you play, it's going to be very loud. So it's a kind of a magic instrument, which I thought this instrument is supposed to be the national instrument of this country. Because why? It's got a beautiful sound, and it's unique, and it's very simple. Me, I like simplicity than difficult things and so on. And the name of the instrument is Umrhubhe. But this one has got a tuning peg because I play with so many people. I can play with jazz musician, with opera, any different genres of music. Because I've got a tuning peg that I can tune to the key that they are playing. So this is Umrhubhe, Xhosa. You can accompany it, always accompanied by voice or by throat singing. Throat singing is very difficult because now when you do a throat singing playing Umrhubhe, it's very, very difficult. Only thing that I didn't tell you about the instrument, who plays this instrument? This instrument also does not belong to men. This instrument belongs to the women, especially the young ladies. And there is an initiation of women, which we call it in Tonjani, where women are gonna be taught how to play this instrument so that when they grow up, they know how to take care of their family. They will make the house warm because of the instrument. So that is why the instrument is so important. But what's funny, this instrument, you cannot put inside the house. If you are staying in a Rodavel house, you just have to put it outside. You just have to put it like that. And your stick, you cannot put it inside. And I cannot tell you the reason why we are doing that, because that's our secret. You know, each and every, you know, we all have our own secret. And this one I cannot tell you unless, Andrew, I can't tell you, I'm very sorry. So, but at least, you know a lot about the instrument now. Because the main important thing, how to play the instrument, how to maintain the instrument, and also. Because each and every time when we are not playing the instrument, take all the sticks and you take all your balls, just put it in the sun. The sun is going to dry them and dry them. By the time you play, it's going to be very loud. So it's a kind of a magic instrument, which I thought this instrument is supposed to be the national instrument of this country. Because why? It's got a beautiful sound, and it's unique, and it's very simple. Me, I like simplicity than difficult things and so on. And the name of the instrument is Umrhubhe. But this one has got a tuning peg because I play with so many people. I can play with jazz musician, with opera, any different genres of music. Because I've got a tuning peg that I can tune to the key that they are playing. So this is Umrhubhe.